Topics: how I had beef with a 33-year-old when I was 13 working my first job. So yes, this is a first job story time. So basically growing up, I went to a Boys and Girls Club, you feel me, on the east side. Originally it was YMCA, then it ended up being a Boys and Girls Club. My mom switched it. So, and it was on the east side. And growing up there, that's for the sake of the story, let's call him Zeb. You know what I mean? Let's call him Zeb for the sake of the story. So Zeb at one point worked there, right? But when I started going to this Boys and Girls Club, I was very young. So he was there probably like when I was like 9 to 11. So I don't really remember him at all. So he was there, but I don't remember him. No, I don't have really memories of him. And Zeb one day came back. He was like, "Hey, you remember me?" Like, and I was kind of like, kinda. He was like, "Yeah, I used to have like a hot dog hat and all kinds of stuff." And I was like, "Bro, I really don't remember that. Honestly, keep it being with you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, I'm back and I'm the athletic director." Woo. So I'm like, "Okay, for sure." So getting to the story, when I turned 13, right, I was going into high school at this time, and I began my first job as a junior staff at the Boys and Girls Club. Keep in mind, I'm 13 at this time during the story. So when you get assigned to the, so what the job description is, I work from basically on top of June to the end of August at this Boys and Girls Club. You know what I mean? As a junior staff. So basically, either between morning or afternoon, I work a shift. And I would work mornings because in the afternoon is when I was a freshman, so I started going to football practice. So that's why I couldn't work in the afternoons. Or sometimes I wouldn't have practice, and my mom wouldn't let me go home because I didn't have a key yet. So I can go home, but there's no point because I don't have a key yet. So I would work the morning, and I was, again, remember, I'm 13 at this time, so the group they assigned me to is like kids that are like 6, 7, like stuff like that, and that's for you kids out there, just enjoy that, whatever. But they're super young kids. Even though I'm 13, they assigned me to like a younger group. They're the head staff, but I'm just junior staff, so I'm just like just helping out during the time. So again, you gotta remember, I'm 13, so remember at one point when I came here last year during the summer program, I was 12 years old, and I didn't come the first week. So the first week, this is just kind of like a little background. I'm sorry if the story gets kind of crazy, but so I didn't come like the first week because I was out of town with a camp with some Oakland people and some stuff like that. And so just to let you know, Ted, so as soon as I come back from the camp and all that, and I walk inside the room, as soon as I come to the Boys and Girls Club, this is when I'm 12, the whole room starts going crazy because they're like, "Oh, Sos is back, woo boo!" Like Sos is back, like, "Oh my God!" Bro. So the room's going crazy, jumping. Cause remember, they've been here for like a week, and I wasn't here that first week, so they don't know that I'm here or not. So as soon as they all start going crazy, Tebs are like, "Oh yeah, Sos to the back, bro, out of here!" And I just walked inside the room. Keep that in the back of your mind. I just literally just walked inside the room. I'm like, "Bro, what you get on me? They going crazy." I just walked inside the room. So I'm like, whatever. So now I come back and I'm 13. So so just to let you know, just a little background, I lost my virginity at 13, bro. That's just what it is. Just keep it a being with you, you know what I mean? Just a little background on me and how fast I was moving when I was younger. So this time when I come back, I'm a junior staff and I work in the morning. So that's like 8 to 12, 8 to 1, something like that. You know what I mean? Something during that time period. And then another staff comes in. And these kids are a whole lot older than me. These kids are like 16, 17 or whatnot. So they're a whole lot older. And I'm 13 at the time. The only reason why they put me on is because I've been here for so long that they're like, you know, so it's like, what are you doing during the summertime? I'm really not finna do nothing. I'm finna just hang out and do whatever. I'm from South San Jose. I'm finna be on whatever, bro. I got homies and whatever. I'm on that type of timing. They're like, "Oh, well, how you feel about being a junior staff?" I'm like, I don't know. And then my mom's kind of like, "Bro, like, you gotta do something. You ain't finna be at home hanging out on the south side." So I was like, "Man, whatever, bro." So I'm like, "Man, I'll be a junior staff." So I ended up becoming a junior staff at 13. And me and Zeb has seen me since a kid, and I always been athletic and stuff like that. I was more athletic than most of the kids there. That's because I'm like older and black and more like turned up and whatnot, just naturally, you know what I mean? So me and he kind of had like a relationship with me. Zeb is black as well, but Zeb is older. Again, he's like, when he first probably came in there, he's probably like 28 or something, but at 13, he's like 33 or something. So let me get now to the story of when me and him started getting into it. So Again, I work in the morning shift and the afternoon shift. At one point, uh, I would always hang out. As soon as my shift was over, I would just hang out like in the front, cause the front, or you could just go do some other stuff. Cause the Boys and Girls Club is like super big. It's on the corner of Reed and Hills Airport. So you know what I mean. There's a whole lot. There's just at this time, there's just a lot of stuff you could do, and I'm not like logged in on work because again I'm 13. I'm like, bro, my shift's ended. I'm lucky preparing for practice and whatnot. And Zeb would always be like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" This would be after like my shift ended. I'd be like, "What do you mean?" He's like, he's like, "You need to keep working. You need to keep working and whatnot." I'm like, "Bro, I'm not about to keep working right now, bro." He like, "Oh man, well, you supposed to keep working." I'm like, "Bro, I'm on schedule from this time to this time." So again, I'm 13 at the time, so I didn't have like an hourly type of stipend. It was I wasn't working on hourly. This was a stipend. So from June to August, I was working, and then I got a stipend. For you guys don't know, it's a set of money that they give you at the end of your working period, and it was like $400 or something like that. Again, I'm 13, so at the end I ended up buying a Gucci belt with that. I'll make story time on that, but back to the story. So me and Zeb would get into it about my hours and stuff like that because after like 1 o'clock or whatever, a new junior staff would take over, and it was like I'm on my own timing now. But I'm like talking with like the other kids and stuff like that because at the time the Boys and Girls Club worked in groups, so it'd be like 6 to 8 year olds, 9 to 11 year olds, and then 11 to 13, and so on, and like stuff like that. But certain people would be put in certain categories. Like I was a junior staff, but you gotta remember, last year I was like a regular kid, so all these people around are just my friends or whatnot. So me and Zeb was getting into it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth about this like time period. He's like, "You're working." I'm like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Yeah, you're working." So it got to one point where Zeb said me and him were just getting into it so much he went to the boss. And let's say for the story, his name's Scott. And me and Scott would kind of talk, and then Zeb would talk to Scott about me. And eventually one day me and him got so into it, they brought us into the room. And so next to me, I'm in the room, and then next to me is Zeb. And you gotta remember, I'm 13 at this time, and Zeb is 30 something, bro. I say 33, but he's 30 something, and me and him was just getting to it back and forth because he thinks I'm not doing my job for real, and I'm just kind of thinking like, bro, my job's only a certain time period, bro. I'm only here realistically because my mom won't. I can't go home because my mom, bro. Not because I don't have a car, not because I don't have a ride, bro. It's because I'm 13. As soon as my shift ends, I gotta stay here because if I go home, my mom gonna get on me. So it's whatever. So we're in the room with Scott, and he's like the main director of everything. Keep in mind, Scott and Zeb are like friends. They grew up together. So, and I'm just kind of in the room, and when I was younger, I was very turned up, bro. I was very turned up, and I was on my own type of timing. I didn't really like, you know what I mean? I just wasn't going for nothing. So in the room, and Scott's kind of like asking, like, what's the issue? And I'm like, bro, could he be pressing this line on me and stuff, telling me to work and stuff when I'm already off and there's a whole nother junior staff? I'm like, he getting mad at me because I'm here, and even though I'm only here because, like, my mom can't take me home, bro. I'm a junior staff, you know what I mean? And Zeb's like, bro, she's like, he's supposed to still be working. He's supposed to be, and then Scott's kind of like sitting there like, bro, this is kind of like ridiculous, bro. Because why are you really getting into it with him, bro? He's not supposed to be working. I understand he's a junior staff, but he's not like a staff, like official. Because you could be like 18 to be, you can't be 18 to be a junior staff, because then you gotta go through the whole process and everything like that nature. So then me and him was like kind of like sitting there kind of going at it, and so eventually Scott was kind of like, you know what, so go ahead and just go. And then I was kind of like, man, whatever. And I got up and went, and him and them, both of them just kind of sat in the room and talked together about the situation and woo-de-woo. And then at the end, he kind of just got out and walked out. And then after that, Zed was being like very passive aggressive with me. Woo-de-woo. He'd still say the same thing, like, you're supposed to be working. I'm like, bro, no. He'd be like, oh, well, whatever, bro. I guess just do whatever you want to do or whatever. But I'm just kind of thinking like, bro, I'm 13, bro. I really don't care about none of this, bro. I'm really just here to get a check, whatever. I don't know about this hourly or none of that. I'm just thinking, hey, be here, watch out for kids, and make sure nothing happens to them or whatnot. You get on me about a whole bunch of little dumb stuff. But yeah, man, that was the time when I was 13, getting into it with a 33-year-old, bro. So yeah, and to this day, I still have like trouble with people, but it's all good, man. This is just a story time, man. I know it's a long time story, but hey, it's the homie Sus, bro. I'm here though, but I'm going.